Alright, tubers, Mom and I are back. This is going to be probably a fairly quick vlog for today. We're both in my car. We got to go do some shopping. What are we cooking tonight?
Meatloaf.
We're going to do meatloaf, which is one of Mom's favorite. Hey,
right.
you're still not in it.
That's all right.
I know, Mom doesn't like meatloaf.
No.
She kind of does it for Dad and I, but we really enjoy it. There we go. Another thing we're going to do today, and I'll try to get some footage of this, we're finally putting the shelves up in my room. Yesterday we went to Home Depot and we bought two, I think he said they're like 6 foot long.
Oh, I don't know.
I think he said about 6 foot long pine looking shelves. They're just like Rubbermaid. They're not super expensive. We bought the shelves and then we bought the little brackets to put them up. And we're going to go ahead and hang those in my room. And what that's going to hold are all the Alvin the Chipmunk stuff that I have collected over the last couple of years. Stuff I got for Christmas, stuff I bought, myself over the last year. Mainly it's the memorabilia from the new TV series. I have none of that displayed right now. It's quite a bit. We're hoping that it's going to be enough. We're doing 2 shelves. We're going to do 2 rows. We got one here and then one's going to go right on top of it, so hopefully that's going to be enough to hold all of the memorabilia, because I've gotten a lot of stuff. And I know I showed you guys in a video, but once it's done I'm going to go ahead and do like a room tour video, let you guys see how things have changed, because it's been a while since I've done that. And main reason it's been a while is I wanted to get all this stuff done before I showed you guys. So we're going to head over and get start shopping, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, tubers, good morning. Madam Roy back once again. This is the second day of this vlog, so this is actually going to be a 2-day vlog. Got to turn on my little...
Power on, pairing. Phone 1 connected.
There we go. Got to turn on my little Bluetooth adapter here. A couple of things that I wanted to discuss with you guys. Some things have been on my mind lately. Watching the news, specifically watching things like Ace's Adventures, Dan Bell, his type of videos, and that is the success and failure of certain retail establishments. You guys probably know the ones I'm going to say, but I'm referring to things like Sears, Kmart, and then going back quite a few years, stuff like Montgomery Ward, Ames, and another one called Jamesway, ones that have actually failed already. It's interesting because I was watching the news this morning, Fox Business News, and they were talking about the retailers are doing really well versus the ones that are like on the cusp of failing. And to me, it's so cut and dry as to why this is happening. It's adaptability. Give you a great example. Some of the best retailer now is Amazon. Amazon does everything online. They adapt to the latest trends, and look at all the markets they're in. I mean, they're starting to get into the cell phone market. They make computer accessories. They dabble in so many different areas of the economy that if say one thing goes down, say for argument's sake that we didn't buy computers anymore, well, their main focus originally was books and media, DVDs, CDs, which still is a good portion of their income. So they're liquid in so many different areas. They are pretty much a sustainable company. But then you take a look at something like Sears, which is a great example. Sears has not adapted at all to the changing economy, the changing climate. And I'll give you a great example. I walk into one of my local Searses, and there was like nothing on the shelves there. Especially in the electronics section. Actually, most of the ones in my area, they've actually ceased selling electronics. Or if they do have an electronics section, it's like bare bones. Maybe a few TVs, some DVD players. Yes, and I said DVD players, not even Blu-rays. And then you go into like their automotive section. You go into the one that really got me was the tools, because Sears used to be so prominent with their tools, and even now, the couple Sears that are open, the tools section is so bare bone. And the reason is they didn't keep up with the trends. Now, granted, Sears is a little bit of a special case, Sears and Kmart, because they had so many retail establishments. It's like spreading too much butter on toast. You're spreading yourself too thin. But what they should have done years ago, at least in my opinion, that when they saw this happening, the trend of people buying online, they should have immediately started closing a good amount of their stores and focused a lot more online. But unfortunately, they didn't do that, and Sears is not the only one. Even a few years back, Best Buy was a great example. When I left Best Buy in 2009, they were having a huge financial issue. Their stock had gone down from $42 a share to just under $17 a share. It had gotten so bad that they were actually buying out the managers of all the stores, basically giving them buyouts to quit because they really couldn't afford to pay them anymore. But Best Buy got really smart. Best Buy actually teamed up with eBay, Amazon, and all of these other online retailers, and started selling a lot more online. Now, luckily, they didn't really need to close a lot of their stores, because the stores were still making a decent profit, just not as much as they were in the past. So they needed to go ahead and find another income outlet, and they did that by going online. And Best Buy, a great example of being able to adapt to the changing climate, has been able to make success of it. Last time I checked, I think Best Buy stock was in the 30s, and it's even gotten again as high as about 41 or 42. So that's the main focus, and it's really a shame that a lot of these diehard retailers, and yes, I will say the big one lately, Radio Shack. Radio Shack is a perfect example, and Radio Shack, it's really sad because they had a huge opportunity to make their business model work, and they didn't. And the way they could have done that is with device repair. They tried a little bit to do like iPhone repairs, tablets, repairing screens. That is a huge market. Unfortunately, Radio Shack just got into it too late. There were too many other little companies that were doing that, and at a lower cost, because Radio Shack, and nothing is, they didn't actually do it in store. At least our local Radio Shacks, they actually had to send the devices out, whereas you could go into one of our Walmarts actually has a on-site device repair where they guarantee to replace your iPhone screen, your Samsung Galaxy screen within an hour. So that's one of those things that, it's all about adaptability. And I think as time goes on, we're going to see a lot of other retailers either make it big or go out. And unfortunately, I think Sears, Kmart, and Radio Shack are brands of the past. They may survive online for a while, because believe it or not, Montgomery Ward actually still is alive online. They actually have a website where you can buy things. It's like an online store. But as for the bricks and mortar locations, yeah, I just really don't think that's going to be a possibility anymore for them. Well, I am almost at the thrift store. I'm going to go ahead and pause this video. We will see what the rest of the day brings, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. All right, tubers, let's check in on Milo. Hi, buddy. This is the third day after his fixing. He was fixed on Monday. So got at least 2 more days before we can introduce him officially back into the population with Baxter. But he's doing really well. For the most part, he's happy being in here. Aren't you, little buddy? He's got beautiful eyes, just like Baxter does. He likes to play. He'll play with my hand if I let him. But see, now watch this. I know Baxter's out there. Let's see if he'll do what he usually does. They'll play footsies under the door, and unfortunately they're actually wrecking the carpet a little bit, so we're going to have to try to put something under there to prevent that. Now, Baxter! No footsies today, but if you look really close, you can see they're really pulling up the carpet there. Mr. Milo, want to play? He sees something. I dropped a few sunflower seeds the other day, and he's been eating them up, so you're a little stinker, aren't you? If you guys notice, he's got one paw, and I'll see if I can show you real quick. One paw that's colored, it's got the stripes, and then one that is just totally white. What's going on, Baxter, Milo? What's going on, buddy? I gotta clean out his eyes later, too, but very happy. He's usually very purry, too. Not right now. I don't think he likes the light. But very similar markings to Baxter on his back, and then, of course, like a white belly. So I'll give you guys a quick update of Milo. He's still doing very well. Mom and I have to go out and eat lunch with a good friend. Well, we don't have to. We're going to enjoy it. So I will talk to you guys a little bit later, and we'll see Milo in a future vlog. All right, tubers. So we're going in an outing with a few friends. So I got to put the Stow and Go seats up. I actually got that one up already. But to do this, believe it or not, I actually have to push all the seats up as far as I can, at least the front seat. So that's got to go all the way up, and then once that's up, the back here has to go up like this as well. And then supposedly what you're supposed to do, and I've only done this once, is you pull this little lever here, and then this comes up. This is very hard to do one-handed, so I may have to put it down, but I think I can get it. And then you pull this little handle here, and then the seats come up like this. Now, I'm going to have to move this mat because the seats actually have to clip into these little clamps here. So go ahead and push this up all the way like that. And then hopefully it'll go in. There we go. And then this end just pops right up like that. And this is the thing I didn't realize before. I said, boy, this is a really short back. This is mainly made for kids. Well, watch this. The headrests go up. And you can see that gives you 2 more seats. And then this should just fold down like that. And there you go. Got the 2 stow-and-go seats out, ready for a couple of passengers.
Check this out, tubers. I'm over here in Norfolk near No Frills. They got a crow here eating a piece of pizza. That is so funny. I'm waiting for the rest of my party. They went to this other store. Oh, now he's going to fly away. Awesome.
Good morning, tubers. Well, the day has finally come. I'm actually going to go get that trim piece fixed this morning at Great Bridge Auto Sales, where I actually purchased this van. I'll tell you, I was a little upset. I had to get really stern with the salesman the other day because he basically didn't want to do anything about it. He's been stringing me along for a month. And I finally said, look, this is what you're going to do. You're going to get me an appointment to go in and get this fixed. And luckily, he was able to do that this morning. So unfortunately, sometimes you really just have to be stern with these people. This gentleman, I hate being nasty, but I was borderline nasty with this guy because he just would not listen to me at all. I've been calling him multiple times over the last few weeks, trying to get an appointment to bring this in because theoretically this is only good for the first month, and I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to make me forget about it and go so long in the future they're not going to do anything about it. So whenever you buy a new vehicle, you really got to be careful about that. Make sure that if they have something like this, which is called a We Owe slip, that you get it done and that they actually will do it. So Mom's ready. We're going to head down there right now. It's about 8:30 in the morning. Let me turn the AC on just a little bit. I turned it down so you guys could actually hear me. You know, it really gets on my nerves because this is very important to me. I want to make sure that this trim piece gets fixed because it's actually a split in the seam in the plastic area of one of the fender walls. And that seam over time could get a lot worse. I mean, when you think about it, the weather we have around here, it can get warm one day and cold one day. That compare and contrast the temperatures can actually make that seam open up even more than it has. So this is something that definitely needs to get fixed. Other than that, the van's running great, no problems at all. I think we're going to be getting a little bit of rain today. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of little water droplets on my windshield right now. Yesterday afterwards, and this is actually day 3, this is going to be like a 3-day vlog, I had to stop filming because we had a little issue with one of the people that was with us. I'm not going to go into great detail, but unfortunately she had a fall and had to go to the emergency room. So she's okay. She's okay. She actually came home last night, but that's pretty much why I didn't film anything else yesterday. We just kind of had a hectic day. Got home late and just we're really, really tired. Mom and I actually went to bed probably around 9, 10 o'clock, which for me is early. I'm usually a night owl. I'll usually be up till 12:30, 1 o'clock doing something. So it was kind of early for me, but I'm on my first cup of coffee. Hopefully this cup of coffee will get me going for a while, at least until I get back home from the dealership. I'm going to pause the video for right now. I think we're going to hit up a couple of the thrift stores down there. It just depends. Mom's following me because we're not sure exactly how long this is going to take, and it's been so long since they've seen this, they're not sure either what they're going to have to do. So basically, we'll get down there, find out how long it's going to take to fix, and decide whether or not we're going to come home. So I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Man, what an idiot. We're trying to get on the entrance ramp together, Mom and I, and this truck was in the slow lane. He moves over to the fast lane to let me in, and then swoops in and cuts Mom off. So basically she had to go all the way around him and then come in front of me. say these truckers think they own the road, but they don't. They need to be a lot more courteous to drivers like us, but she was able to catch up to me. One thing I forgot to mention, after that incident yesterday, we decided to go to the Hope House thrift store. That's the one I got all those computers from. And I was there. I wound up getting 2 more Dell Optiplex 7010s, which I'm not going to bother showing you. You guys have seen all those before. But another cool thing was, as I was checking out, I looked behind the counter and I noticed that they had a Sony Handycam there, and it was on charge. So I just kind of assumed that, you know, maybe it was something they use in the store to do filming with, you know, filming like ads or something. And I asked him, I said, oh, it's a Sony Handycam. I got one very similar to that. He's like, oh yeah, I'm trying to charge it. The battery doesn't seem to hold a charge. And I said, oh, is it going to be for sale? He's like, yeah, we already marked it $15. And of course, as soon as he said that, I knew I was interested right away. So I asked him, do you mind unplugging it so I could take a look? So he brings it over to me, and it's a Sony DCR TRV 260. And as you guys know, I have 2 of the DCR TRV 280s, which I absolutely love. Now, the 260s generally do not have any other options for output but just regular composite video. So I'm like, you know, I'm probably not that interested in it, but I said I'd take a look and see. It was in really nice shape. All of a sudden, I take the little latch off to where the video connections are. Would you believe it? This one actually has the iLink or FireWire port. And I did some research online and come to find out that the newer models, there were 2 different, I guess, runs of the Sony DCR TRV 260, and the newer model, the newer run, actually had that option put in. So I snatched it up. For $15, I got the camera, the charger, no bags, and unfortunately the battery that came with it was bad, but because I have the Sony DCR TRV 280s, they all take the same batteries, the Sony Model M Info Lithium battery, which I got tons of those lying around. So I'm definitely going to show that to you guys when I get home. I don't know if I'm going to do any filming with it right now. I do want to clean the heads and go over some of the internal components, you know, make sure the belts are in good shape. But yeah, as long as I can get it working, I'll try and do some filming with that. I'm really happy to have it because my other 2 DCR TRV 280s, they're kind of iffy. One of them, my original one, works, but the internal speaker went bad, so I can't actually look at any of the footage that I filmed and hear it. And the other one has an issue with the tape mechanism. I think it's just that it's worn out. The gentleman I got it from used it fairly frequently to do ads for his company. And what'll happen is if the tape doesn't go in just right, I have to actually help guide it in. It'll give me a tape error. So basically, those 2, even though they do work, they have their problems, and I don't have, unfortunately, the expertise to be able to fix those. I can fix DVD players, I can fix VCRs. When you get into stuff that's that small and intricate, it's beyond my capabilities, especially with these little sausage fingers here. But I thought I'd go ahead and show you that to you guys. Right now it's charging, so when I get home, it should be all charged, and we'll see if it takes a tape. I'm almost at the dealership, so I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. All right, tubers, well, we made it down here. I'm a few minutes early. They don't actually open until 9 o'clock. Maybe I'll just peruse some of the used cars they got over here for sale. But I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. This is the piece that they need to go ahead and fix. If you guys look down here, it's this molding right here, and it's actually gotten worse since they saw it last. So they really should have done something about it already. But you can see this is broken here. All I want them to do is reattach it basically like there, because once they do that, I can just put some touch-up paint there and it'll look fine. But as you can see, the heat and the coolness are actually making it break even more. So you can see that it's actually totally coming apart there. Before, it was just sticking out a little bit. So I need to get this done as soon as possible. All right, tubers, so just a quick look at this Sony Handycam. This is the DCR TRV 260. I picked up the thrift store yesterday for $15. You can see it's a digital 8, steady shot, and it does have USB streaming. But the coolest thing about this is, like I stated before, it actually has the iLink or the FireWire out. Unlike a lot of these that I've seen, just have the composite video out, and the USB. So really, really cool. I'm definitely going to be using this to film some videos in the near future, and look for a review coming of this about this camcorder very shortly. Well, that's going to be it for the vlog for the last 3 days. All right, this is a 3-day vlog. Hope you guys are really enjoying these. Yes, I am still doing the giveaway. The way that's going to work, as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers, I'm going to go ahead and take $50 out of the YouTube earnings for that next month, and that's going to be given away on a gift card. And you guys can help me get there. I know we can do this. Go ahead and click that like, click that subscribe button, and we'll get to 5,000 subscribers in no time. Please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.